What's up, guys?
What's
How do
going
you like
on?
those beats?
Hopefully everybody can hear us right now. I think we worked through it. We got to see what's going on in the chat. Can you let us know what's going on in the chat?
Welcome to the live, guys. We got the coolest music to start a stream or what? Dude, the bass in that intro track, that shit is mobbing.
So can you guys in the stream hear us both right now?
What's up, Casey? What's up, Eric? What? What's up, guys? We're early this week. Normally we stream on Fridays. I'm supposed to do some snowboarding tomorrow with the fam. But right now I haven't heard back from Mount Hood, like Ski Hood, Super Slack.
Can they hear me on the stream right now?
Yeah, they hear us both.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yep. So what up, fam? How you guys doing? How's your week been so far? You got any new toys? I know some of you guys ordered that Cinelog 20. I think Chinese New Year, these guys should be returning to work soon, so thank God for that.
There we go. Yeah, Chinese New Year's. Oh, they take it seriously. They don't work at all.
No.
Like they don't.
Yeah, they
They
do.
don't. They
It's
don't care. They don't care how much money you want to pay them. They don't. They don't care.
no.
They're not working.
I'm so glad you
So
guys can hear today.
yeah, we just spent like a half an hour trying to figure this out. We had it thought we had it worked out the other day, and then this OBS is there's there's some weird little quirks that happen with it. That's for sure.
But it's free.
But it is free, so you
It's
can't
free.
complain. Like how can you complain?
I think I was paying like 40, $50 for Streamlabs,
We couldn't get that to work.
but no, that wasn't good. This is the real deal. OBS is it's good stuff.
I mean, Streamlabs is, I mean, it's OBS. It's just a different fork that they started charging money for,
It's
basically.
OBS with lipstick.
Yep, exactly.
Nothing
So
new
what?
yet, said Eric. Cinelog 20. RM Boxer on the way. Nice, bro.
Yeah, that Cinelog 20 looks pretty nice. I think it looks really nice.
It was
I like it.
fun.
It looks like a lot of fun. I really like the way it's built. It's built nicely. I like that frame.
It's
And
simple.
I haven't flown it, so I don't know. I can't make a determination, but it looks fun. You flew it. You like it?
I love it. And it's easy to work on. Like if you want to get into it, there's 4 bolts on the bottom plate. Pull that off, pull the O3 out, direct access to the FC. And the problem with the axis was that when I pulled the 6 bolts off the bottom, once I pulled those off and I pulled that bottom carbon plate off, and the motors come off too, for the rear motors, about 20 washers fell out of it, like the old school diatone white little tiny spacers that they used to use in their stacks. Used to
Yeah.
drive me crazy with the super long bolts. And then you had to put it all back together is the biggest pain in the ass. You have to like squish 2 washers at a time in between the carbon bottom plate and where the screw comes through. Like if you don't have patience and you're trying to work on that Stena on 20, you're gonna lose your mind. Or if you have like big hands, big fingers. I know people with big fingers have problems working on small stuff. But every time I thought I had the screw through, and through like two, I think they had 3 Grommet stacked too. I could only get 2 back in. I could get 3. I mean, and you got to do it all the way around, like 6 different bolts with 3 washers each.
Yeah, there's a couple. I can't remember which stacks I would struggle with, like similarly, where you couldn't get screws, and it was the biggest pain in the butt. Could not
Um,
do it. Tweezers do help for sure.
Yeah, but even still, Casey, like shit just starts falling apart, like falling
Yeah.
on the floor. Like, man, you have to have like tweezers with like rubber grip on it or something. Man, it makes you want to
Yeah.
kill yourself. Like jump off the roof, land on your head.
Probably the easiest way is like getting some floss and sticking it through the grommets so they're lining up, and then
Oh,
and then you can pull that floss out. Like it's just, yeah.
yeah. So work on
So
Senate on 20. Uh, that one was fun to fly. It's smooth, has a nice tune on it. Uh, I think the gap is tuned a little bit better, and then I tuned it even better because I wanted it to have some softened up rates. So I dialed back the gains and also slowed down on all the axes and as well as added a tiny bit of expo. So if you want to use my tune, if you go to the review, you can look in the video description and you can grab my Google Docs CLI dump, and then you can apply it to yours if you bought one. So Casey, if you want to try it, you can set up like a second profile, uh, and you can copy and paste my PIDs in if you want from the dump.
Casey is going to Disney right now. He's driving to Disney right now. It
Oh
says in
wow,
here.
that's awesome! Congrats,
Hoping to
bro.
fly. That should be fun.
Hell yeah. Um, so before we get started today, I want to go through a couple things with you guys. We have been working a lot lately to integrate the whole community and make sure everything's set up properly for you guys. So first, we got the Discord server all over the place. The link is now in the About section of my YouTube channel, so you can check it out there. You can copy and paste it, and you can find the Discord server in your web browser. You can also download the app for your PC or your Mac. You can also do the app, which I do. I think the app's great because I can get in there, make some replies. Uh, but now that Discord server is online and it's live, so if anybody needs a link for that, we can drop that into the chat today. You guys should definitely save that server because it's pretty much chatting there right now 24/7.
Yeah, I also
Luis.
pinned I pinned the message up in there with my email address.
Oh, right on.
So in the general chat or whatever it's called, and yeah, just saying that you guys can hit me up via email if you want.
So your screen name in there was Joy FPV?
Joytech FPV.
Joytech
So
FPV.
I just changed it to that because that's an email address I created a long time ago.
Okay.
Because when I worked in audio, like I called myself a joy technician, so I
Nice.
just kind of stuck with that a little bit.
Well,
But I don't want to be that. I don't want that to be like my handle.
yeah, well, people, you can change it though.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But people would be joyful if you give them some tech support for sure. So you can email Luis or you can drop a question in the Discord in the Drone Camps FPV community, and you guys can get something hashed out with myself and Luis and the other guys that are in there. Johnny D is also in there a ton. Snap Garrett as well.
And I've also already gotten a couple emails and answered a couple questions so far.
Yeah.
So it's worked out.
And so the whole point of this first part of the stream, too, guys, is Q&A. So we're going straight into Q&A this afternoon, and then we're going to jump into some FPV news. Might do a little bit of quad shop and some more Q&A.
Yeah, Mike Barracan right off the bat had a question here about the Ranger, and that's about the that issue that they're having, that Radio Master's having with those with the Ranger Micro and the Ranger Nano having I think it's basically missing a diode, and yeah, you don't want to be plugging in an XT30 battery to those modules. The full size OLED module is good; it's fine. You can do whatever you want with that. Not the smaller modules, the Ranger and the Micro and the Nano Ranger. They're going to be sending out PCBs.
The full size Ranger is okay.
The full size Ranger with the OLED screen, that one they say is fine. It's just the smaller ones.
Okay. So community, seriously, a community warning for everyone. The Nano and the Micro, if you have it, do not plug in a battery to the XT30 port. it'll fry your radio. That voltage
Yeah.
will go straight to your board and kill it.
Yeah, it won't fry the module itself. It'll fry your
fry
radio.
the radio.
Yep.
Yeah. I wonder how many radios the Radio Master is replacing.
That's a good question. At least probably at least 100, I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because if you need to talk to anybody at Radio Master, talk to Owen.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do if you fried your like, say if you were using it in your QX7 or your X9D? I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to buy you one of those or send you a TX16S? What are they going to do?
Jumper.
That's a good question, right?
Yeah. Is Mike Arcane asks, is the Ranger worth it? Absolutely. It's like the ELRS Crossfire. So it's comparable with Crossfire, and it's even better in ways because it actually has a fan on it, and that baby will pump like what, 2 watt or 3?
I think it's 1 watt. They do 1 watt on the new Rangers.
The big one, I think it's 2.
Is it 2 watt?
I believe it's pumping 2. That's a lot. I would never pump 2 watt. I just don't need that much.
That's a lot.
TX power.
I mean, imagine 2 watts on 900 megahertz. I mean, that's a whole lot.
I mean, if you're gonna fly like 60 kilometers.
Yeah. I'm gonna look that up really quick.
Yeah, I believe it's 2 watt. The big boy.
The big one, the OLED version one, the $100 one is 2.4.
Nice, Robert. Getting into Crossfire, good idea.
It's a 1 watt. It's 1 watt. The big one is 1 watt. Yeah, they're all 1 watt actually.
Dang, maybe it's hackable to 2.
Maybe, possibly. Although that's a lot. That's a lot. You're pushing a lot out.
Man,
you're doing that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
my Crossfire module can do 2.
The whole Ranger series, the 3 are all 1 watt, and I imagine the OLED one might be able to be hackable. Know about that.
So if you guys have a serious FPV question, if you want to drop in a super chat donation, you can do that. And if you can't figure it out today, we will get to it and make sure we email you.
The big boy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Boy.
Jason Bardwell. I think Joshua might be offended about that one.
So, speaking of ELRS, have you seen Josh's latest video? He has a newbie drone.
The newbie drone.
Brain.
Yeah, I saw
that. A
built-in
ELRS SPI receiver. It's the receiver that's built into the board for guys that don't know, and a total pain in the ass. He had to reflash it and update it before it would bind because he got it, pulled it out of the box, and it wouldn't bind no matter what. So he had to open up ELRS configurator, select the target, and update it to the latest firmware.
And it was because newbie drone, like they dropped the ball. They didn't keep in touch with the ExpressLRS developers to make sure that their target was in the configurator. There's
it was newbie's
open
fault.
source. There's people assuming you can just do whatever you want, but you kind of have to like talk to the developers if you want it to work properly, and they didn't do that. So they put an old version of ELRS on there. I mean, I watched Ciotti last week or earlier this week, him trying to bind that, and he gave up. He sat there trying to bind it for like an hour live on a live stream, and he just gave up because he couldn't do it. But yeah,
I mean, things have happened to me like that.
Dropped the ball
with Happy Model. Happy Model sent me a few that were just, they're in a drawer in pieces, so I couldn't get them to bind. I even tried to put an external receiver on them. They use some of the Crazy Bee boards, and I put an XM Plus on there, it still wouldn't see it. No matter what URL I configured, it wouldn't pick it up. So
Was
it's
it
like
a Happy Model ELRS version one?
it was one of my,
Crazy to
it
me.
was Crux.
It was a Crux.
Yeah,
Huh.
they should have sent me a freaking Bind and Fly XM Plus or something. But everyone started sending out ELRS quads, Bind and Fly. Like as soon as ELRS was happening, they all switched over to SPI. It's cheaper than adding an external receiver, and it's less work. You don't have to do anything. But if your shit's not updated, then it's not going to bind.
Yeah. When you have it working and it's working good, it's great because it's super locked in. You just have to figure out how to get it to. You got to get used to going through the process.
I think the
and working.
easiest one out there for people is the Light Radio 3 from Beta FPV. If you want to fly some ELRS on something small, like Happy Model size stuff, the Light Radio 3 ELRS version is super easy. What's up, TK? Welcome to the stream, bro.
And Mike also was asking if what's easier, ELRS or Crossfire? Probably Crossfire.
I mean, Bardwell, myself,
It's easier.
and Luis, and Ciotti, and I'm sure Maztec would all be on. That's like 5 community influencers there. That.
But I do love ELRS. I love open source things. Like I'm a big supporter of, because I like to tinker, and like I had issues, but I enjoy messing with it and making stuff work. So once I got it working, I was like, oh, this is great, and now it's easy for me. But if you've never done it, it's kind of confusing. It was definitely confusing for me at first.
As long as you don't have a YouTube channel, you have time to do these things. But for Bardwell and myself and other reviewers, it's really difficult when you get something in. And, China's funny about reviews. They like, you review now? You review now? You review? Review done? How about now? I'm like, no, the receiver's not working. You review now?
Yeah, see, I've never had to deal with that. I've never had.
So one thing about the Chinese, they do not give up, and we're required to figure it out. We're required sometimes to troubleshoot things that come straight in the door that don't work out of the box. And I've actually had to break out a soldering iron and put new components on a quad that were just not working from the get-go. I mean, it happens on even retail products too. Sometimes you get something and it
just doesn't work.
Yeah. But you don't have the level of customer service with China that we do in the US. And if you're brand new to FPV, you kind of have to understand that. This is a DIY hobby. A lot of the stuff that we get is sort of beta and alpha sometimes. And we've been beta testers for years. So anytime you get a new bind and fly,
it's not truly bind and fly. It's check it out, then bind and fly.
You're a test pilot for every new thing that comes in the door that you pull out of the box. It may not work like a phone or a laptop. This is totally DIY. And sometimes they get stuff wrong. It's pretty complicated at the factory to like solder all this stuff together. And I mean, it has to be perfect when it goes in that box and comes to you. So if you can just imagine, like, probably low-wage employees building 500 of these things. And they're doing it pretty fast, too, because they're probably on a timeline. What's up, Ballistic? Welcome to the stream, bro.
What's up?
But they're funny, though. You do review now?
Robert George is making a good point here about ELRS, which is my thoughts exactly. It's like ELRS is still in development, basically.
Yeah.
So, going anywhere from 1.0 to 2.0 to 3.0, there's a lot of changes going on. So it makes things really get messed up sometimes. I think once it's kind of like settled and they've stopped updating it constantly, then everything will kind of fall into place and make it a lot easier to get stuff worked out.
Yeah, Wesley Verity Man, the updates this guy's been coming out with is just fantastic. I don't think there's been any other open source project in our community that's been so updated and cared for. There's a ton of Betaflight dev out there behind the scene, but man, ELRS has really got a lot of attention, and I hope those guys keep that attention for a long time. Because when these
I'll be right
developers
back.
decide I'm going to go do something else, that would suck for us. But I think there's enough people in the project that they could probably keep it going. And same thing with Betaflight. Got your coffee, Luis? I need to make another pot. So I woke up about 6 o'clock this morning to the smell of half-burnt pancakes, and last night my girlfriend's daughter says we were making some menus, some chef menus. So I'm trying to influence these kids to cook. She's 9, so we're trying to teach her how to cook all these basic things. And I always call each of them chef. Uh, the 7-year-old made me a quesadilla yesterday, and he's always making quesadillas, and he's like, "Try this." And so I judge him like it's like the British Bacon Show. And then I'm like Paul Hollywood. I'm like, I just look at him. He's like looking at me with these big eyes, like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "This is crunchy. I like the texture. Cheese is good. Got enough cheese in here, and yeah, good job." But we were making menus last night, and she told me last night, I'll make you pancakes. I was like, "Yeah, but I gotta leave at 6 in the morning tomorrow, or 6:30. You're gonna have to get up really early to make me pancakes." And I came downstairs, and she was at the stove making us pancakes. Made me a huge one. The last one, she made a giant one for me. Thought that was super sweet. It's not often that like a 9-year-old cooks you pancakes. She has not flown anything yet. We need to get her flying. But nothing like a couple burnt pancakes. The big one was perfect though. Robert George says ELRS is amazing. Once ELRS becomes more standard across the board, it's gonna be incredible. I think so. I think we're heading in a good direction with the ELRS. Um, when it first sort of started coming up, and they were able to latch onto the CRSF protocol in Betaflight, I was like, ooh. At first, I thought it was like open source Crossfire. I kind of like got sideswiped by it a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, imagine that, open source Crossfire.
Man,
And
I
it's
sorry,
not
I just
it's not Crossfire, but I wish.
sorry, dude. I just realized my mic was muted when I went and grabbed my coffee. I forgot to unmute my mic, so
It's all
I am
good.
now back.
Mike, ask a question. Mike says, "What receiver can I out into my quad with the help of the rain? Which of my quads? Still save for the rest of Crossfire." So, Mike, you want to know which free sky receiver can give you some range?
That is FR Sky.
Ghost.
Is he asking? Yeah. What is the question here?
He wants to know which receiver can he get into his quad to help with the range if he's using free sky. So,
Okay.
Mike, an XM Plus will get you well over a mile away. I don't know how far you want to fly, but I've tested an XM Plus probably a mile and a half with an FPV wing with GPS, uh, and I didn't fail safe after a mile and a half. But I'm also flying pretty high, so
But
one of the things you guys have to remember about range is that you fly higher as you go. Um, if you fly 2 miles
yeah,
out and then you dip down into the to the deck, probably gonna fail safe.
and probably the RXSR, FR Sky RXSR probably get the better range out of all those
Yeah, our
a
XSR is
receiver
newer.
because it's got it's diversity.
Hmm.
It's got 2 antennas instead of just one. So RXSR probably gets you better range for a FR Sky.
R81, is that an older receiver? Is that PWM?
Which one?
The R81?
R81. I think that's a generic one.
Okay.
I'm not positive. R81 receiver.
I feel like my D4R2 did pretty good back in the day. I used to use DR4R2s, but you got to use a dongle on that to enable S-Bus.
Oh, that's a radio. The R81 is a Radio Master FR Sky D8
I got you.
receiver. What's up,
So,
RC Moore? How you doing? I helped out RC Moore the other day.
oh, you
I'm pretty
did?
sure. Yeah, I think it was a GPS problem he was having, if I remember correctly. Yeah, exactly. I talked to him on the phone.
Awesome.
Hopefully that worked out for you, RC Moore.
A phone console, that's something you don't see often. That was really nice, Luis.
I always find it easier to figure stuff out over the phone when you can actually have a conversation. You
For
know?
sure. Yeah, GPS can be tricky. I need to do an update article on dronecamps.com for that one. I have some super important information to share about failsafe and GPS.
Oh yeah, it was his current meter. His current meter wasn't working, so we worked that out.
Oh,
We'll fix that. That's what it was.
hi Johnny, welcome to the stream, bro. Hope
What's
you
up,
had a
Johnny?
good flight yesterday. So yeah, somebody said that Ghost works good. Static motion. Ghost is pretty good. I know Bardwell likes that. He uses that on his property, but I don't think Bardwell flies that far. But that's a cheap range module if you want to do some range. But really, if you want to get ELRS and go further, if and when they fix those light and nano modules, you could get some range with those. The alternative to that is you can get the happy model version of ELRS. You can get the micro version that it also has a converter. So if you have a larger TX16S or well, actually you had FreeSky, you should be able to just plug that into your JR module bay and use the happy model one. Because happy model also has some nice diversity ELRS receivers now.
Well,
Some new
RC Moore just said that we got to get me an O3 air unit or whatever.
Yeah.
But and we were talking. He's already been telling me when we're on the phone. He's like, "You got to get DJI." Just to let you guys know, the other day, Justin here, I was over there after that stream, and he hooked me up with version 1 goggle, and I was like, "That's pretty damn cool." I haven't got it up and running yet because I don't have a quad that has it, has an air unit on it, but that was pretty damn nice of Justin to do that. That was pretty crazy. So I've got a V1, don't have the V2s or the whatever the newer one is, but at
So
least
Luis,
yeah, I've got the dark side. I'm joining the dark side.
I've got a quad for you, so stay tuned. Yeah, I gave him a care package the other day. He made a house call, came by the house. We sat for 2 hours. And then we did that live stream the other day where the audio messed up at first, but today we were a little bit late showing up today, but we got right into it and we didn't have audio mute problems and all that. So this stream has really come a long ways. And he's been right there helping us. So I wanted to say thanks and also give back to a friend. So you got a pair of goggles that we can get updated.
I'm happy with having a pair of V1s. Like that's totally cool with me.
Yeah, I think that like yeah, for free. When you start flying DJI versus analog, you're going to be blown away. My first pair of DJI goggles, the pair that you have now, when I first put them on, like my reaction was, "Oh wow!" And that's what everybody says when you hand them to someone that's been flying analog for a long time. And if you went straight to digital, you'd be kind of spoiled. You wouldn't realize how far we've come. Like, because I was checking out Johnny D's Discord. If you go on the Discord server, he's got a video up that he put up from a flight, Tiny Whoop and Deer Pin. And I think it's right here. I checked that out. I watched that, Johnny. But I hadn't really seen any analog DVR in a while. And it's it's different. It looked hard to see. Like it was hard to see where the ghost branches were.
Oh yeah, you can't see ghost branches.
No.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I've been flying analog this whole time, and a couple years ago, when you first got, the first DJI stuff, and you let me look in it, I was like, I was super impressed, and I was kicking myself for not wanting to spend money with DJI, but I still can't do it. Like, I still can't bring myself to do it, but it is awesome. I mean, it's awesome. There's no question about it. It's awesome stuff.
uh, and I forgot, but looking at Johnny's video, it did remind me of like the sometimes the lines through the screen, the static breakup, uh, and that lower resolution. So, Johnny says in the chat, yeah, branches are hard to see. Um, I remember flying through spaces like close to trees and try to tree explore, and it was almost like a crapshoot with analog, unless you had like a really good camera, like the sunlight was perfect, you had the perfect day to fly, and now it doesn't matter. Like the Polar Cam, you can fly that thing after dark. Like you can literally tree explore at night. Um,
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
so
Yeah,
you're
it's gonna.
you're gonna love
I
it.
mean, I'm super excited to have them. That's like, don't get me wrong.
You're gonna love
Like
it.
I say, like DJI makes some great products. I just have my own weird
Thanks, Mike. Thank you,
feelings
bro.
about it. So about the company,
Yeah,
but
you're gonna have to get past that.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna. I got to get over myself, I suppose. But
The great thing about it, it just works.
yeah,
It works. And when I bind up my quad to the goggles, boom, boom. Um, when I bind up that crappy little DJI controller, you press hold after the controller started up, 5 seconds, it starts beeping, and then within seconds, boom, it's linked right up to the O3. So guys that got the Synolog 20, they were asking me, can we use the DJI controller? Absolutely. And now that the DJI controller firmware is updated, if you lose O3, you don't lose RC link for 5 seconds like you did before. We had that problem, and someone lost a 7-inch into a lake. Um, but rescue was not set up as well. So got to set rescue up if you're going to fly GPS. Don't fly over water for your test.
yeah, you've got to. I'm glad that they updated the firmware for that and fix that issue, because that's a big no-no. You don't want that happening.
No.
If you lose your video link, you want to still be able to punch out, because then you can get it back usually. But if you fail safe because your video link's gone, then you're done.
Yeah, Johnny D's thinking about the HD0 module. In the Sky Zones, you could do that. Come in the HDMI. Just put this big black box on the front. Boom. HD.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question that I'm gonna be buying the HD0 goggles. Like I want those things
They're nice.
bad.
Well, now you don't have to buy the DJI ones. You can have both.
That's true.
Um, and I feel like DJI is going to support the V1s for a while because a ton of people bought those. There's a million pairs out there.
Well, and Runcam's still making they make the Wasp, right? That's
Yep.
those work on the V1s. It would be really nice if they could get the the O3 air units, but I saw that WTF OS guys. I was
Yeah.
looking on their GitHub, and they're saying that it will be impossible, pretty much impossible. It would be a multi-year hack to try and get the V1s to work with the O3 air unit, so they're not even going to try to do it.
Oh wow.
Maybe somebody will take it up, but they don't want to do that right now, at least. So that'd be nice, but I don't think
Robert
it's gonna happen.
said he sent us an email. Did you email me or did you email Luis, Robert? And when did you send that email? Usually we try to get back to you within 24 hours.
Yeah, I don't have that email. I only have 2 emails, so in there.
Robert asked, how do I get that drone that I liked the other day in your podcast? Oh, okay. Which drone was that again? Let's see if we can get that out to you. Mike, I appreciate the super chat donation, man. It's awesome. Thank you.
I did create myself a Patreon like you asked me to, but I haven't finished setting it up. I'm trying to figure out if I should just use my name as the Patreon or use Joytech FPV as the Patreon, or
I mean, you should put whatever you want. What are we going to call Luis, you guys? We're going to call him Joytech. We're going to call him Luis. We're going to call him Blunty. What are we going to call him?
yeah, definitely not Blunty. And I don't even know, like it's hard to like put a. I'm just gonna put like some really cheap tiers. Like I don't even know what to put there. But
we definitely got to have. I think he started out at $2. You might be able to make a $1, but I think at $2 it's like totally fair. I give this kid in like Nigeria $5 a month because he's just super awesome. He's making airplanes out of foam, and it's the coolest thing to see like African kids like running and chasing this RC airplane that was like a total DIY scratch build with like the most bare minimum components, and this thing barely flies, and it's like making all those kids' days. Like it's just the coolest thing. So I love supporting that. I should share that guy's link with you guys sometime. You might have seen him in the Facebook groups. Forgot his name. I have to look him up real quick.
I mean, I kind of like Joytech, but it also kind of like sounds kind of pornographic or something.
Joytech. I never thought about it that way, but now you've. I'll never think of it the same way.
So what else are we doing here? What else we've got a couple things that you wanted to talk about.
Robert said the Fox Whoop. Robert, I still got that. Yeah, I'll hold on to it for you. We'll set something up. If you send me an email, send me another email today with today's date, and I'll get back to you about that. Also, let me know where you are, what state you're in, and let me know your address so you can figure out what shipping will be, which I'll pay for. Unless you're in Finland and you pay. Robert, we always do PayPal. I'll send you my PayPal email. What's up, Dr. Jekyll? Welcome to the stream,
hey,
bro.
What's up? I was checking out that Fox Whoop the other day when I was over there, and I think it seems pretty. I like to say it's unbreakable. It's definitely very well made.
It's definitely sturdy, man.
Yeah, it's definitely sturdy. It could probably definitely still break it, but it's not.
I think it reminds me of like the Catalyst Machine Works quads. It's pretty heavy duty.
Catalyst Machine Works makes some nice quads, nice frames. Like they heavy duty for sure. Yeah.
Neil sent me their Cinewhoop a while back, and the thing was a beast, like a freaking beast. You should check out Catalyst Machine Works website, guys, and check out some of their offerings.
I've never had any of their stuff. I've just seen the stuff in person that you've had.
Oh my god,
it's super nice.
Like super right now, one of my most coveted 5-inch quads that I have is a doppelbanger. The thing is
No, I
just,
remember that one.
oh my god, it's
The
like a
doppelganger.
$500 HD quad with Cadex Vista. Should we give that to Luis, you guys?
No, I don't know about that.
I might need to sell that
I'm
and
really
feed the
bad at
kids.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm bad at taking uh
A charity?
people making well compliments and people wanting to give me stuff. I'm like, I don't know how to react. Like when people make compliment me, I'm like, yeah, I don't, yeah, whatever. Like I don't know how to. I need to just learn how to say thank you instead of just
Luis
being
is a
like,
humble guy, you guys. Yeah, just say thanks. Salvatore, thanks, man, for the super chat. 299 DC supporter. Appreciate that. And if you guys want to support me, please do check out my Patreon. We've got the Patreon going, and it's 52 Patreons. I'd love to make it to 100 Patreons. That's my goal right now. You can get into different tiers. You can do $2 a month, even like less than a Starbucks. If you want to buy me a coffee, you can do that too. I'll send you my PayPal. But this is cool because on Patreon, you can send me a direct message, and you will help keep us going. So it's patreon.com/drone camps. And that will get you involved behind the scenes. And Patreon guys, you are also in on the free giveaway that we have. We have the Darwin FPV Ready to Fly beginner bundle coming up. Cine 825, Cinewoot, Radio Master Radio, Beast FPV goggles. Those are on 5.8. The battery and the charger. And I didn't add everything in up, but I know it's well over $300. So this is a subscriber giveaway. And I was saying in this video, there's a video on the YouTube channel about this giveaway. I want you guys to be active. So I'd like that the winner is someone who participates in the drone camps community. Because that's only fair, right?
yeah, I think that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good way to do giveaways. People that actually, but it's hard. But what's the actual like? Where do you know if they've been active enough? Like that's the only thing
Oh,
that I
I
kind of
know.
wonder about.
I'm like Santa
Oh, you
Claus.
know.
I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake.
Yeah, I've never tried the. Do you have the Cadex peanut, the Instant 360 Cadex peanut thing
No,
trigger?
they never send me a Cadex peanut. Spunks.
I've never tried that thing, so I have no idea.
I had the walnut, but it crashed on me and froze and killed the battery.
And the peanut's basically a Instant 360 Go, right? But just slightly different, so just different case
Yeah.
or something.
I don't think it has an internal battery.
Yeah, I can't
Let me
remember.
check out the specs on that one.
I just pulled it up, but I didn't look at that part.
So if you guys have any more Q&A, please drop it in the chat. And otherwise, we're gonna jump into some FPV news today. We've got some crazy stuff to talk about, some wild stuff happening in the drone world and in FPV. It is not raining today, Mike. Thanks, thank God. Finally, no rain. I can't even say the word rain because it might start raining.
Yeah, it hasn't rained for the past few days, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
But it's cold, and it's gonna get really cold like in the next couple days here, like in the 20s.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go snowboard tomorrow, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Even though I got this really sick new directional board, I got new boots.
Nice.
I'm going to give my kids some lessons, and I just haven't heard back from the lodge. I don't know what the hell's going on.
And I used to try to pretend like I knew how to snowboard. Like, you know, I actually would, like a friend of mine and I, we would, this was years ago. We lived in San Francisco, and instead of driving to Tahoe, because I was about 3 to 4 hours, depending on the snow and what the weather was like, but we would it was cheaper and faster for us to go get on the plane, fly to Colorado, and get to the mountain up there, the Vale or something. So we did that like all winter long one year, like 4 or 5 times we did that, and I couldn't snowboard worth it. I can't snowboard. I basically it was just a comedy of errors for me. I would just be dying on the mountain basically.
Yeah,
Like
I think my first day, like I was getting mad because I fell down so many times and my ass was killing me. But it was icy where I was learning in West Virginia.
yeah,
It's not like
and it
West
was at
Coast
like
snow.
13,000 feet where I was at. So I
Oh,
was literally dying, like dying on the mountain. Like I feel
yeah.
like I'm gonna like pass out. Like I couldn't do it.
It can
But it
be
was
brutal,
fun.
man. It can be
I had
brutal.
fun, but I wouldn't do it now because I would definitely die on the mountain. No question.
My son, this morning at the breakfast table, he's like, I was telling him like I was going to give him a ski lesson, get him a private. And he said, Dad, I want a snowboard. So I'm stoked with that.
That's cool.
I'm not big on skis. It's just weird to me because I grew up skating and surfing. It's like to have my feet separated into two different things, like doesn't make sense to me. Like water skiing, I don't want to do that. It just feels awkward.
Yeah, it does. I'm more of a motor, motorsports person. I like
You like bikes?
cars. I like bikes. I like cars. I like, ATVs, that kind of desert stuff. I kind of, grew up in the desert for quite a few years.
Oh my God, we could start a whole new YouTube channel with that subject.
That's true.
All the dudes. I like things with wheels, but I also like
My,
things
my
that fly.
my parents live out in the desert still, so it's
Oh yeah.
I like I like going to the dunes, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh my God, you guys have like Arctic Cat and stuff?
They don't have stuff. I just end up having to rent stuff. But they used to have, some vehicles, but not anymore.
That's awesome.
But it's
Yeah, I'd
still
like to get
fun.
out there, do that.
A lot of fun.
So Rebecca just got this new jacket from the TV station, um, and somebody said something about ski patrol. His dad was ski patrol, so she comes in the house a couple days ago wearing this red, it's like bright red jacket, and it says the TV station here, but it also says like first alert weather on the side on the sleeve.
Uh,
And I was like, oh my God, you can't wear that to the mountain. Like people will think you're ski patrol or you're pretending to be.
is she what, channel 12 then?
Fox 12,
Fox 12? Yep.
Fox
Yep.
12 affiliate.
That's
But
the first alert
yes,
weather here.
first alert.
Has she ever been on the news? Like she ever
Yeah,
done anything?
yeah,
Yeah.
she's done live. She did live last week with
Okay.
Fred Meyer. Yeah,
That's what I thought. I was like, wait, is that because that's the news that we watch mostly, like the local news that we watch is that Fox 12.
yeah. Sometimes she does
And
fill in for talent if
I
they're
kind of
ever
I
on
kind of
shoot,
thought that was a channel.
and she has to go on shoots sometimes with the clients and make sure everybody's happy.
There's some pretty funny there's some funny reporters on there.
For sure. They have some personalities. I like Andy. Andy's one of my favorites.
Andy, the weather guy.
Yeah, Andy's super
He's
cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
Personality
I
plus.
Yeah, I've only seen him once in person. The guy's tiny. He's
Yeah, I
tiny.
was at the holiday party and uh, Andy walks by. I'm like, hey, that's Andy.
Yeah,
Free
he's funny.
alcohol.
He actually reminds me of you a little bit, actually.
Oh no,
I guess just because of coloring and stuff, like, you know,
like pale as fuck.
Irish or whatever. What are you? What is your? Are you Irish? No, you're not
Welsh
Irish.
and Irish.
Welsh. Okay. Welsh and Irish. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We got the Welsh Army up in here. Quite a few Welsh guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, quite a few people in the UK on the channel.
My stepdad's got Welsh in him.
And I
He's
I
Welsh too.
think Mad Stack is Welsh as well.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my dad's like a Swede and Welsh. Welsh and Sweden.
Okay.
Stepdad.
Well, we have also Native American grandmother uh, in my family on some part of my family. So I represent in all fronts.
You'd be scared of what, Robert? Have we missed any questions here? I'm trying to look back I'm going to look back in the chat here. I don't know if we've missed any
Yeah, look
questions.
back real quick because we got to jump into the news because we got some crazy stuff to talk about. You guys are gonna have some opinions.
Oh, Casey was asking if you've put 8-inch props on your Recon 7. Will it fit 8-inch props?
No, not yet, Casey. I don't know that it will fit. I think 8, unless you've heard of people doing it and it works. I don't think that works. Wooden skis.
And yeah,
Rob
hit
says she belongs
the
on TV.
thumbs up if you're watching. Hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up so we climb the algorithm, so they see us.
I'm still looking back in the chat here. No, I think we're
good. Okay.
I think we're good.
So let's go ahead and talk about some things that have been happening in the past week. I'm always trolling through the different articles, reading drone articles, checking out what's new. Also with big and small companies, FPV, everything all the way up to eVTOLs have me really excited right now. But recently I saw an article that really kind of like caught me for a sec because the news media is putting pictures of these FPV drones out there, and apparently the Ukraine is ordering around 1,000 FPV drones to use on the battlefield for one-time use. So kamikaze FPV drone. And apparently someone from Ukraine or Ukrainian dropped a message, a comment on the channel last night. I saw it pop up right before I was going to sleep. He said, "What do you recommend? What's the cheapest and that can carry 2 to 3 pounds?" I'm not really at liberty to consult that, but I thought it was really interesting that it seems that the Ukraine is going to start using these FPV drones.
Yeah, I mean, you got to use whatever is at your disposal, right? I mean, whatever you can do.
Yeah,
those guys out there, I mean, they got to do what they. And there is, I don't know how authentic the video was, but there was a video came out a couple weeks ago where it actually showed a drone going right into the back of a troop transport.
Yep.
But that's all it showed. That was it. Just stopped right there. But
yeah, we showed that video on the channel.
Yeah.
A guy lifts his feet up as that thing's coming in.
That's interesting that somebody was in the chat with you or on a video and asked you that question, though.
Yeah, I looked up the screen name. It seemed like the guy
was real.
He seemed like he was Ukrainian. Yeah.
Huh.
But I can't get into that. I can't consult other countries outside the U.S. Without, if the government tells me to, then that's another thing. But I'm not allowed to do that.
Well, yeah, because you used to have contracts with the DoD and stuff like that, right?
Back in the day. So I'm not allowed to do that.
You can't do that.
That's not my territory. If it's U.S. based interests, sure. So with this article, they show some drones sitting here. Anybody recognize anything sitting there on that windowsill?
I'm trying to get to that. Let me see what we're looking at here. Well, it looks like I see iFlight motors. That's for sure.
I think you do. We don't see any branding on those motors. They're completely black bells.
But they look like iFlight motors because they've got they're like that rounded shape to them.
Yep. And look at the propellers on there. Those are 7-inch props. So they're running
definitely 7-inch.
Running 7-inch and probably analog long range setups and each one of them have crossfire on them.
Had crossfire on them. You can see that.
So they are using crossfire.
And they're using air units. I think those are air units in the back there.
I think that's an empty TPU mount that they took the GPS off of. That's where the GPS goes.
No, right forward of that, in the actual stack, you can see a little stack there.
Okay.
It's silver looking. It kind of looks like an air unit.
Oh yeah, in the very back. I see. It might be an air unit. So these are one-time use. They're using them to just almost like a sniper type of hit. So they just go in, hone in on the bad guys they're trying to get to, and they just send it straight in. It's pretty wild. There's a video here too, from the defense, Ukraine defense, and it shows us the drones here, and there's one of them right there that's setting up. It's pretty wild to see an FPV drone with a giant bomb on the bottom of it. It's kind of terrifying.
It is a little bit terrifying, yeah.
And this is probably surveillance from a Mini 3 DJI drone. And then here comes the munition. Bam.
Yeah, that's scary.
This is not the FPV videos you guys usually watch. This is pretty wild.
Yeah.
And this is happening right now. This is actually a thing. So FPV drones, race drones, becoming a thing on the battlefield. And I think they have been for a while.
Funeral Grin saying, like, no wonder we can't get parts at a reasonable price.
Yeah, because
they're blowing them all up. They're just buying them and blowing them up.
You got the Minister of Defense buying like 1,000 of these at a time. So if anything's out of stock right now, you know why for sure.
Yeah, hopefully that's not coming to a city near me.
No, I won't be here.
Hopefully not.
We have way too much security, but yeah, it's a pretty crazy video they put up.
I mean, it's a tool just like anything else. It can be used however you decide to use it.
And I'm pretty sure they're using these props right here. I was just looking at these Gym Fan 735s, 7035 props. They look exactly like the props that are on the quads sitting on the windowsill. They have kind of a thick core near the center and kind of a rounded tapered tip, a little bit wide toward the center cord. I'm pretty sure you're using Gym Fans. And if you're doing I wouldn't fly Gym Fans myself, not for 7-inch. I don't like those props. They're too thick. But one-time use, you know.
Yeah, if I was on a battlefield and I heard something like that coming at me, yeah, that would be scary.
Yeah, and this is some more video on the Ukrainian military YouTube. So they're watching these guys in this building with probably the DJI Mini 3. You can see this footage right here. This is from like a DJI drone. You can see that guy in the doorway over there. So look at that. I want to pause this for a second. So I have yet to see a company name on the battlefield in Ukraine, but there's the first company that I've seen. Newbie Drone.
Yeah.
So is Newbie Drone supplying FPV drones to the Ukraine? It's a good question.
Is Newbie Drone an American company, or where are they out of? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
Story.
I'm
I
not
always
sure.
thought that they were an American company with with everything made in China, but that they had started the company here. But I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the Newbie Drone brand band around what looks to be a pair of they look like fat sharks almost. And you can see the module right there on the left.
Yeah, they kind of look like fat sharks. It's hard to tell with that image.
And for sure they've put some camouflage on the front of it. You wouldn't want to have a pair of white goggles sticking out of a section of trees for a sniper to see.
No.
Even standing up like that, in front of a field would make me nervous. But then again, we all know if you sit on the ground, you're going to lose some video. And there he goes, straight into the room. You know, we were talking about this kind of stuff like years ago on the channel, like how precise FPV drones are. You know, you can literally fly them into a window and back out of a window. So it's kind of crazy that this is definitely in practice right now.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. There's no way around it.
There's a thread on Reddit about it. Someone said Ukraine basically made a more cost-effective Switchblade 300 kamikaze drone. LOL. They didn't make it; they bought it. They bought it blind and flat. And someone else said cheapest parts from AliExpress will get you $200 to $300 range. And then someone else said $50 worth of components. Yeah, right. That's not $50 worth of components. That's $400.
I wonder how the Chinese government feels about like iFlight or whoever selling. They're probably not buying them directly from the company, I would assume, but maybe they're going around a roundabout way, because you would think that Chinese government would not be into them selling iFlight or whoever selling drones to be used for this.
Yeah, that was one of my first thoughts, Luis. Like, this is like a conflict of interest for China.
Yeah, who knows?
It's hard to
But
say.
if they're just buying them from a reseller, I mean, who would? They don't need to let them know where they're going, you know?
It's pretty crazy, though. But
I'm gonna have to run here in about right at 12:30, so in
okay.
like 9 minutes.
So the next news item that we have is even crazier. Well, not crazier than that, but can't get crazier than FPV drones on the battlefield. But we have what appears to be a company who's been making a taser drone. And that'd be terrifying as well for the police to have a taser drone. But Axon, this company, has been developing this taser drone for a while, and they've been voting on this for a while, and it hasn't passed the ethics board. But it's a kooky looking little drone, but it has a built-in taser, because it could tase your ass. It has a built-in.
Yeah, I was checking it out earlier, and I mean, it looks like a taser gun on its side, basically, but with props on it.
And it looks like it fires right out of the front.
It does, yeah. It definitely shoots them right out of the front.
First responder drone.
But
what if it chases the wrong guy?
Well, that. And they want to put them in schools? Like, I don't know about putting them in schools.
Yeah, there's
I don't know. I don't know what to think about it exactly.
Yeah, there's another article in the Washington Post about how they want to put them in schools. Apparently, they want to put them up in the ceiling of all the schools, and then they just pop out of the ceiling and chase the bad guy who's an active shooter.
That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I was wondering, like, what were they gonna do? Put one in each hall, or one in each room, or like yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
interesting.
It'd be cool to have a paintball fight for sure. Like someone said, paintball.
And
it'd be funny to
tasers
have
are not like
a drone paintball fight.
Yeah, it would be. But tasers aren't even 100% effective, so they might just it might help, but it might not even do anything.
Yeah,
I don't know about having them in schools.
What if the sprinklers go off? I mean, or it shoots a kid, or it tases a kid. That's not a good idea.
And luckily, I mean, they generally won't kill you, but you never, could make somebody have a cardiac arrest or something. But
well, I said a while back, like, everybody's trying to come up with these technologies to keep schools safe. You know what would keep schools safer? You put a guy at every door. and
Like
not in
got
front of the door, behind the door. Put them inside the school. Make sure each door is locked. And if somebody wants to come in, security lets them in. I mean, some of the preschools that we went to, you had to be buzzed in, and they had to recognize you as a parent.
Yeah, and I thought that I mean, for years there's been armed guards at schools in some places, and that it definitely helped.
But I feel like this technology is too early. I don't feel like this is quite ready yet.
Yeah, I don't think that's ready just yet.
I just don't think it is. So, I mean, that's the thing. But the other thing that we have to talk about today is like a lot of people are worried about DJI and security, the data security. DJI drones send a thumbnail of your video back to mainland China. They also log all of your GPS data, your flight logs, everything goes back to DJI headquarters, and then apparently was being bounced off to the People's Republic.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
So DJI has released on their website that they're now putting your data security first, and you now have the option to access control at turning off calling home. So DJI will not have your information. Apparently, you can now turn that off inside the app.
But that's only for enterprise stuff, not for like retail, like
Yeah, we'll have to see.
DJI minis.
We'll have to see.
Not yet, at least.
And they're going to start here, and hopefully they trickle down to the consumer grade drones. But a lot of companies in the U.S. and around the world, and especially the U.S. government, they don't want this. They don't actually use DJI anymore because of that problem. And so when that news came out, there's other companies that are, just corporate-based interests that don't want this as well. So now you have network security mode, and you do standard, restricted, local data. And they also encrypted. So now you have immediate encryption options in there, and you have cloud storage security as well. So they're bringing in cloud storage security.
Which will probably, this is all great for like corporations and companies here in the United States that want to use it, but I don't think they'll ever get the Pentagon to ever approve anything DJI ever again.
No.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, I don't think the DoD is going to put DJI back in the runnings.
No, I don't. I think that that's done. That'll never happen.
Really, though, like for corporate interests, buildings, when these construction companies are working to build new places, or maybe they're building a government facility, especially a government facility, they don't want this video being sent back to mainland China. It's like a direct a source of progress on the ground level, not just from like a spy satellite. So that might make that company feel warm and fuzzy inside that they now have this network security mode. The Foxwhoop drone has DJI components on it, but it's not a DJI drone. It's a Foxeer drone, but it does have DJI FPV on it. But that does not call home.
Just the camera system that's not connected to the internet or anything. It's just for the video transmission to your goggles. That's it. It's not like connected to the network or like that. That's looking at anything.
So that's what DJI is doing, and I mean,
I think that's good for for corporations and stuff. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
for sure. I still don't believe that the Chinese government can't just come to them and say like, no, you're giving us that information. like that. I mean, it's China. They can do whatever they want.
Yep.
They could be like, well, we'll just take your company from you, and that's all they got to do.
And they'll say, review ready.
Yeah, review ready.
Review ready. So that's kind of cool. They're doing that for enterprise.
Yeah,
The other
really
thing
cool.
that we have this week that we just started, guys, is that we started up drone camps on Rumble. So if you guys want to download the Rumble app, you want to check out the website rumble.com. We're now uploading all of our videos to Rumble. So we're going to be in two places, YouTube and Rumble. So it would really give me joy if you went over to Rumble and give me a follow on Rumble, because right now we have 3 followers.
I followed you yesterday after you said something about it.
Oh,
So
sweet.
I was the third follower.
So I think it's myself. I follow myself. Luis follows me, and Mrs. Camps. So if you guys would,
I don't even know what Rumble is. I didn't even really check it out just yet, but
it's a video platform like YouTube, and so all of our latest videos are hopping up to Rumble. Even the live streams get uploaded. Um, we had a nice friend in chat say that we should hop on Rumble. Just helps us with a little extra revenue for the channel. So we're yet to see any revenue, but maybe it'll come through. And also, you guys can check out the Drone Camps website. We just did an update here. Someone did a portrait for me, and we have our drone Discord link on there as well.
Hold on. Back up there. Somebody painted that?
Yeah.
Like I actually painted that?
Yep.
Or did that like in Photoshop?
Well, it's like a digital painting.
Okay.
So somebody sent me that, but up top, we just updated this. We have our Patreon link there, and we have the Discord link there. So Discord link is literally everywhere now. So if you're looking for that, there it is on the main page. And just under that's where the quad shop is. And I'll add the a fox whoop in there for you, but if you want to see that in there.
What was the Rumble account name?
Just Drone Camps RC.
Okay.
Drone Camps RC for Rumble. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work. I would have been working on some freaking new articles this week, but I've been so busy with the website, getting the stream set up, and working on the reviews. I got some new stuff coming in as well. I got a brand new Dolphin from Adam RC as well. What's up, Defiant? Welcome to the stream, dude.
Did he just get here or was he leaving? I just
Oh, he just got here.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. It's 12:30. I've got to get going.
Okay.
I think you're gonna stay on for a little while.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on for just a few more minutes. We're gonna do some final Q&A. If you guys have questions, you can go to dronecamps.com. You can email us from there, and if you go click on that upper right-hand corner, it'll open up. Go to email. Boom. There's my email. You can also go into the Discord. You can email Luis from there as well.
All right.
So whatever you guys need, we're here for you.
Okay, so I'm gonna sign off, everybody. Have a good one. This was fun.
All right, bro.
I'm getting a little more comfortable with the with talking and stuff here.
Give him some love, guys. Give him support in the chat. He's doing great.
Every time I go back and see myself live on the stream, I'm like, oh man, it's like I can't. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that. Not right now.
Yeah, so, but you know what, dude? Everybody is here supporting you and lifting you up, bro. That's what we're here.
Yeah.
Like, everyone,
thank you guys.
Loves having you on the stream. Like I personally do, and I think everybody in the chat's like all here for you, bro.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
So let's give some love back out to Lewis, guys. Give some thumbs up, some likes, and give him an emoji pizza.
All right. I gotta get going. Have a good one.
Guys. See you, Luis.
Peace out. Yep.
So, yeah, guys. Really appreciate Luis. He is helping out a ton on the channel. Big time. Yeah, it's the first time he's ever really streamed, so, you know, I mean, it can be intimidating to be on camera Like, you know what I mean? It can be really intimidating. So now that we've gone through the news, we talked about some Q&A. We've answered some of your questions. Like I said, you can always contact us for my email, and we'll get back to you. We talked about the giveaway. We talked about the Discord server. I'm just going through my notes, and now I'd like to, since Luis took off for lunch, I want to talk about some rumors of stuff that's coming up, and also give you some hints about some things that are coming. So, are you guys ready for that? Yeah. This is some juicy stuff here. So you may have noticed that we reviewed just about every 7-inch out there under the sun, right? Yes, it does help TK that Luis is here, and I don't have to do all the talking because, hey, for sure. Oh, you did motor risers. Okay, that's how you're running 80-inch props. Cool. All right, so some rumors for the community, for you guys specifically in my community, our community, is that one of the first rumors that we're talking about is that Emax has a new release coming up. And if you guys remember, they just released those transporter HD zeros. So I'm hoping that, man, I would love to see the Tiny Hawk 4 come out. I would love to see some other drone come out with HD zero that could be a bind and fly from Emax. So I think it's going to be something to do with HD zero, but I don't know what it is yet. Whether it's a quad or it's a different version of the goggles. I would love to see the Tiny Hawk decased walk snail and some HD zero would be amazing. Or the Tiny Hawk 3 would be pretty cool too, Robert, if they did that. So Emax, if you're watching, please make us, the community wants a freestyle with walk snail or HD zero. This is our Christmas list this year. And we want a Tiny Hawk. I would like to see another bind and fly larger size drone, like a micro brushless, bigger than the Tiny Hawk. Or maybe even, would it be cool if they came out with a 2-inch Cinewhoop or a 3.5-inch Cinewhoop? An affordable Emax Cinewhoop would be super awesome. Because I really haven't seen that format. Pusher HD. That would be just so sick, man. So sick. Yeah, they do. They have to come out with a new update for the freestyle and the race. We need to see that. We need some HD on some Emax quads, like right now, please. So I am supposed to get something very soon. And I'm surprised it's not sitting here right now. But I am getting something soon. I'm going to test that. And hopefully sometime in the first couple weeks of February, we're going to have that new release come out. So it is coming. The other thing that's coming, the other rumor on the block is that something's coming from GepRC. So we have a new release coming from GepRC, even though we had the Center Log 20 just drop. And a lot of you guys got that. I saw a ton of orders go through. So I want to say thanks if you used my link. That's freaking awesome. You guys support the channel when you do that. So I really appreciate that. So I'm thinking that the new release from Gep is going to be the Croc. It's going to be a new 7-inch with 03 on there. Because everyone else has done it. Even Fox Ear has their version. What was it called? Axis Flying, they have the Colas 7. It was the Aura 7 by Foxeer. So if you're looking for a 7-inch from Foxeer, you can get that. You can get a 7-inch from Axis, iFlight. Yes, I have, Casey. That's a pretty wicked looking Cinewhoop. Large size Cinewhoop. I was saying like a couple years ago when the ProTech 30 came out that I wanted to see like a 5-inch version, and they skipped the 5 and did a 6, which is interesting. But they never sent me that one for review. Wish they would have. I would freestyle the crap out of that thing just for funsies. That'd be super fun. A Tiny Go, Robert says Tiny Go 2 with ELRS. They need to come out with a new Tiny Go. That'd be cool if they did a decased Tiny Go 03. Am I right? 4K stabilized video on, but that would be the most expensive beginner bundle ever in the history of FPV. But it would be super freaking cool. I would love that. I would love that. That would be sick. Tiny Go with 03. I don't care if it has ELRS, but if it came with a radio that was already bound up and it had ELRS and I didn't have to update anything or target flash anything, I'd be happy. But GepRC has never sent me anything that was a pain. I'm always, I mean, I think I could even fly like off this transmitter, GepRC transmitter. You know, this goes to a little RC car over here. But GepRC just binds up and flies. Like, I've never had any problems with those. Never had to tear it apart, like the Happy Model one. So guys, don't forget, be sure to join up in our Discord, guys. I want you guys to flood the Discord. Like, just download the app and hop in there. Click on the website link and get in there, guys. I want to flood the Discord chat with you guys because we're in there 24/7. Like, if you need something, we're there. And you know, our Discord, like the last couple years was kind of like we had a core group of guys in there, and then like every once in a while someone would be like, hey, do you have a Discord? And now the last couple weeks I'm like, Discord. We do have a Discord, and it's really like a cool spot. And the cool thing is too, though, like our Discord compared to some of the other FPV Discord channels, servers, is that ours is not like, it's not a place where you go and you put a question in and then it gets ignored and no one answers you. That's like the worst kind of server I've been on. I feel like I'm just like throwing information out into cyberspace and no one sees me. So in our server, people are going to see you and they're going to respond to you, which is really a great feeling. There's nothing worse than like typing in something, you really need help, and you're desperate to find out, and you type it all in there. I mean, I've had the same thing with like the NFT community or crypto. And I type something all in, I really have a legit question, and then no one answers me. It's like they didn't even see my message. So we will see you in ours, and that's something to be said about. That's kind of a rare thing nowadays with how flooded some of these servers are with users. Yeah, Johnny D and Luis, and I think Casey just hopped into our Discord. Casey, I think you're there. Robert, George, I know you're there. You're Snap Garrett. I think Robert and Johnny Deere are in there on the regs. And these guys post all kinds of stuff in there. It's a hangout. No, it's TK. The Discord is 100% free, bro. All you have to do is download it. Yeah, you can join the Patreon. $2 a month. If you watch the videos and you like what I make, for you guys, like trying to make sure that we've got all the bases covered. The Discord, all of it, the Patreon, the website, the articles, the reviews, the live streams. Like, I'm trying hard, you guys, to make sure that you guys have everything. The quad store, the quad shop. Oh my God, we've been busy, been super busy, you guys, trying to make all this happen. That's right. Luis says no questions are dumb. So never feel like you don't have to feel like you're dumb on our channel, because I I like dumb people. No, I'm just kidding. I've been places where I've been made to feel dumb. And the weird thing about the internet is, like, it always seems to be one guy who's trying to be smarter than the next guy. Same thing on Facebook. Drives me crazy. So no one, yeah, no one's gonna get shut down asking any, like, the easiest question or the hardest question. We like to help out people who have super hard questions too, because we'll figure it out and we'll learn something in the process. And I always say, like, a lot of the reviewers, like, you see one guy is like the king of FPV, or people say Bardwell's the king or whatever, and I've had people tell me Bardwell's a king and I'm just under Bardwell. I don't think there's any real hierarchy here. We all kind of bring a different spin to the community. And I would never say that I'm better than Barwell. I would never say that I'm better than Mad Tech or anyone out there, because we all bring something different to the table. And there's things that I do on my channel that the other guys don't do. And there's things they do that I don't do. So it goes back, it's a two-way street for everybody. One person's smarter in one section of the hobby, another person has another section that they're smarter in. So, like, everyone brings a little something different to the community. That's what keeps it, like, the cornucopia of information coming out to you guys. You get all the angles covered. I think that's freaking great. Bruce from XJet as well. Like, these guys, everyone is very, very smart. We wouldn't be here if we weren't. We'd be doing something else that we were smart at. Everybody's smart at something. We talk about a ton of other stuff. Yeah, we do. We talk about FPV planes. Oh yeah. Yeah, Robert, Snap, like, you guys get real in the Discord. This might be one of the realest Discords out there. I've seen you guys posting pictures of your dogs in there. I mean, you guys are truly, like, friends in there. It's truly a friendly FPV server. Like, one of the realest and one of the friendliest. For sure. I love it. I love what it has become over the years. And I want to give it some more steam and help our community grow there. So I think it's a great place. I started out doing a Facebook page like 2 or 3 years ago now for the Drone Camps FPV community. You can go to Facebook and search that same term there. There's about 3,500 pilots in there. And that's another space. I started that one after Rotor Riot got a little bit kind of, like, tough to be in. And people would kind of, like, jump your shit in there for some reason. Like, It's like, dude, we're not here to like argue or like talk about who's smarter or people get really like salty in there. And that sucked because this was a space where I was supposed to be having fun. You know what I mean? Supposed to be having fun. Well, these are toys we're flying here. This is not like we're not racing cars and someone like, you know, made you have a car crash, get in a fight in the pits. This is FPV. It's FPV. We wear some goofy goggles on your head and you fly a toy around in the air. Like it's almost comical to get. Like I've actually seen dudes at the field. Like I remember a couple years ago, some two guys at the field were just about to go at each other over like I can't even remember what's over. It was over like I think it was the field that we were at. Like one of the guys, it was like his home field, and this other dude came in strong, and he was upset about it. And then they had like some words, and he was annoyed that the other guy was. Man, I can't even remember, but man, they almost like came to blows, and I just walked away. I'm like, man, this is crazy. This is so stupid. Everyone there was not impressed. It's I haven't seen that very often in FPV. The Free Sky channel, probably. But our number one priority is like keeping it friendly. You know what I mean? So we want to keep it friendly and keep it open and accessible to people that are freaking experienced and for the beginners and the intermediate folks, like just to hang in there and see what's new, what's coming out. We also started doing some shorts on the channel as well. So now we have a new playlist for the shorts, and all the shorts is basically what's coming in the door. And I'm going to unbox it for you. You get to see a quick unboxing, like 30-second unboxing, bam. And then you see, hey, brand new Cinelog 20 coming up. And that happens before the review. So you'll know ahead of time what's coming up on the channel. That's kind of a cool thing. YouTube Shorts hopefully will help boost our monetization a little bit. YouTube Shorts are big right now. And I can also post like short flight videos and crazy stuff that happens or like some stupid crash that we had or any of the bloopers, man. I have years of FPV crashes, planes, quads, lots of stuff. Yeah, I like the shorts too. If you want to just access something super quick, it's pretty cool. It's better than TikTok. YouTube Shorts thing, it might pan out to be the winner in the US, especially if they end up banning TikTok for domestic use. They already banned it in the government. We'll see how this domestic use goes. Right to the point. But yeah, guys, speaking of shorts, we got some more coming up tomorrow and possibly on Saturday. And if I don't make it to the mountain tomorrow, maybe we can do a special live stream broadcast at some point tomorrow, and I'll let you know about that. But if not, we're definitely going to have some content coming tomorrow. But if you're still hanging with us, I like money. I need money. So I want to see that number go up. I have 52 Patreons right now. It's like the saddest FPV Patreon out there. I want to get that. I'd love to boost that up to 100 people. And now we're giving back in so many different ways. So be sick if you support us. And you get $25 off an FPV quad shop drone if you're a Patreon. So not only are you getting a discount already and a $25 off the regular price. So I mean, God, it's almost free. Man, sometimes you got to buy your friends, right, guys? I'll tell you what, though, if you're at the bar and you buy somebody a beer You know, if you want to be like buds with somebody, just buy them a beer and bro down. Like people love that. Like that's the coolest thing. I was on an electric skateboard ride years ago, and I bought the organizer a beer just so that I could have a short conversation with him. Because I thought it was so cool that he organized these rides. And I mean, this guy was like blocking off traffic for us with flags, and he was super into it. It's like a 50-person electric board ride straight through downtown Portland. Super fun. Yeah, and there it's sweating. You're sweating in California. I'm sure you are. I wish I was hot. But this has been a ton of fun, guys. Some fun and brief news about some crazy FPV drones in the Ukraine. We got some new stuff coming up from GepRC Emacs release in the early part of February. Hopefully, crossing my fingers there. And at some point, iFlight needs to ship me my Defender 25 because a million people and their dog and their cat have all reviewed the Defender 25 now. But you know what? Maybe they didn't send it to me because I said something about their proprietary battery. Is that why they mad at drone camps? I don't know. I don't know why I didn't get a Defender. Somebody steal my box that I no idea where my Defender 25 is. And I'm like, I got serious FOMO right now. Mad Tech got his, everybody else got theirs. I didn't get mine. I don't know where the hell mine is. But I don't like proprietary battery. Cinelog 20, use any battery. Any battery. When I first saw the promo, the image for the Cinelog 20, guys, I thought that it was coming with that little snap-in battery because if you look at the webpage on geprc.com, it's a squared off looking battery, and man, that thing looks super square, like it's some kind of like snap-in. I thought, oh god, here we go. Now GepRC is going to do the same thing that iFlight's doing, making the proprietary battery with some like charge converter board. I don't want to do all that. That's my only problem with the Defender. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty cool. Right? Samuel asked what I think of the Cetus X. I recommend that. It's one of my top 5 2023 drones. Use my link and grab that one because one of the best ones. 2S. Bind it, literally bind it, fly it, and start recording your videos. The new goggles have DVR. The old ones didn't. So that one's much better. Indoor, outdoor, whatever. Super good quad. So yeah, I don't know where my Defender is. I'm bothered by that. And I message everybody and their dog on Facebook, all my contacts. They don't know because it's Chinese New Year. Right? I do think that people are trying to figure out right now how they can use a regular battery on the Defender. But you're going to have to mod it. You're going to have to open the thing up. You're probably going to have to desolder some things. Who knows how that's going to work? Maybe somebody will make a video on it, hopefully coming up. But you're going to have to mod it yourself to accept a regular XT30. So. But yeah, everybody loves the Cetus X. And there's some beta FPV haters out there, but you know what? If you get a bad one, email them. You know, let them know what the problem is. Email beta FPV. I mean, you could get a lemon from any company, honestly. You could get something that's not working right from any companies. Luis said, can you plug in an XT30 on it? I don't think you can, Luis. Maybe? Can you? I don't know. It's mounting. Oh, mounting it. Okay. Maybe Mads Tech was talking about that, where you could just, it would just, like an 850 would just barely fit in between those. Has 2 posts that stick up and like barely get the battery in there. Figuring out where to put the battery strap, that's the issue. Without hitting props. Yeah, Mike, I've got bins full of stuff that doesn't work. That I had quads catch on fire. Like some of the eSheen stuff, I plug it in, Don't even get me started on Race Star ESCs. They were just about giving those things away. Okay, Luis has confirmation that you can definitely use a normal XT30. That's good news, guys. Heck yeah. All right, guys. I was gonna make an outro screen, but we're not quite there yet. I almost have that together. But we got most of the other stuff together in the stream now, right? Can we get some thumbs up on the stream if you enjoyed Luis today? Smash the like button on the video. And if you're not a subscriber, what are you doing here? You got to be subscribed on this channel if you're going to hang out in the live stream. Be sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, man, it's about time you do that. I've also had some capacitors explode on me when I wired them up wrong. Don't do that. That's a big shock of your life at the bench. But cool, guys. I appreciate you. I am going to head out now with my son. We're going to go get a slice of DC pizza. I always put that emoji up everywhere. So if you see a slice of pizza pop up, I can't get to it right now. But if you see me respond and you see a little slice of pizza emoji pop up, it's probably me, and not the spammers. But do not send money to anybody for the giveaway that's coming up, guys. Yeah. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Check out the website update, and check out the quad shop tomorrow, and you might see a couple new things in there tomorrow or Saturday. All right, guys. Yeah, so don't send money online. That giveaway is 100% free. Just in case you didn't get that audio, that's what I was talking about. That giveaway, that Darwin FPV giveaway, 100% free. Anybody that tells you to send money on Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever, I don't use it. I don't use any of those apps. Never see me on WhatsApp or Telegram. Do not call a number. Don't talk to anybody that's saying they're drone camps. I'm paying for the shipping, and I'm going to announce it by a video, not in a comment. So I appreciate you guys. Go out and fly right now. If it's sunny where you are, get out there. Charge up some packs. And I might see you tomorrow. I might not. But you will see some content coming out.